Amenhotep IV came to the throne in 1353 BCE and was king of the 18th dynasty. In his 17-year reign, he transformed the political, spiritual, and cultural life of Egypt. He founded a new religion honoring a single supreme god, Aten. He even changed his name to Akhenaten, meaning one who is effective on behalf of Aten. His reign is known as the Amarna Period. Akhenaten saw himself as the son of Aten and presided over his people as divine priest. His queen, Nefertiti, served as divine priestess. The king emphasized the principle of Ma'at, or divine truth. This philosophy led to new artistic conventions. Unlike his predecessors, Akhenaten forced his artists to portray the royal family in informal settings. Reliefs of him and the royal family were found in nearly every household, even in private homes, indicating that he substituted the traditional worship of family gods for the veneration of the royal family. A painted relief of Akhenaten, Queen Nefertiti, and 3 of their daughters exemplifies the new Amarna style. The piece uses sunken relief, which means that the figures have been carved into the surface instead of being formed by cutting away the background. The king and queen sit on thrones playing with their children. The queen's throne is adorned with a stylized plant symbol of unified Egypt, which some historians believe signified Nefertiti as a co-ruler. However, Akhenaten is larger and sits higher up than his queen, which displays hierarchical scale. The royal family is receiving the blessing of Aten, demonstrated by the rays of light pointing towards them. The children are nude and bald. The oldest, sitting on Nefertiti's lap, wears a side lock of youth, a patch of hair left to grow and hang on one side of the head in a braid, a custom of the period. The artist portrays the playful behavior of the children and the loving concern of their parents in a way never even hinted at in earlier royal portraits. The colossal statue of Akhenaten stands 16 feet tall in front of the new temple dedicated to Aten that he built at Karnak. The sculpture's strange swollen hips and body offer a stark contrast to earlier angular statues. Akhenaten holds the traditional royal insignia, the flail symbolizing protection, and the shepherd's crook, the scepter of absolute sovereignty. All the facial features are extremely exaggerated. His eyes are slightly downturned slits, and he is given full, smiling lips. The artist offers a much more naturalistic style. In the late period of Akhenaten's reign, the artistic style changed abruptly, coinciding with the rise of a new master sculptor, Thutmose. Thutmose had a style which was decidedly more realistic than Bek of the early period, and thus his portraits are some of the most accurate portrayals of the Amarna family in existence. Statuary from his workshop is constructed so that individual parts of the statue are carved separately and fashioned together to form a full statue. The bust of one of Akhenaten's daughters is an example of such composite statuary. A peg to insert the head into a torso carved independently would be found at the base of the neck. Though this princess's bust appears to maintain the alien-like appearance of the early period's art, the mummies of the princesses have skulls of similar bone structure, so it is indeed an accurate depiction. In fact, some of the most iconic images of Nefertiti come from the late Amarna period and survive as some of the most striking works of ancient art. The idealized features of Nefertiti create the image of a woman almost too perfect to be human. This effect is achieved by the artist's use of rich colors which heighten her features. Changes in Akhenaten's appearance also transition to three-dimensional art. Here, Akhenaten's features are softer, rounder, and plumper than in earlier representations. Whether this change reflects the actual appearance of Akhenaten or not, it is clear that a new artist has staked his claim in late Amarna art. Although his rule was radical and had quite a strong impact on Egyptian history as a whole, the Egyptian people worked hard to erase his diverged path and covered his tracks by attempting to cling back to tradition, and thus the Amarna period came to a close.